It's 2010, and Dez Bryant is the hotshot new rookie on the Dallas Cowboys. Bryant was the first-round draft pick for the Cowboys that year, and because of his huge hype coming in, Bryant was on the receiving end of arguably one of the most famous rookie dinners ever. Before that infamous night, rookie wide receiver Dez Bryant had a beef brewing with veteran wide receiver Roy Williams. They didn't like each other, which came across in all their interviews and sometimes at practice. The problems began when Bryant decided he wanted nothing to do with the hazing rituals employed on the new guys. During Bryant's second day in training camp, he and Williams got into an argument over this very issue. The veteran asked the rookie to carry his pads to the locker room, and Bryant refused. Later in interviews, he was asked why he wouldn't follow tradition and was quoted as saying, "I'm not doing it. I was drafted to play football, not carry another player's pads." Williams had a real problem with the pads not being carried. For him, it was as simple as, "I had to do it, so now you have to do it." Williams said when he was a rookie for the Lions in 2004, he had to do everything. He bent to the veteran players' every will, from food orders to pad carrying. Williams recalled many stressful days where he almost missed the team flight while filling the veterans' breakfast orders. He got through it by telling himself that when the next batch of guys come in, he will enjoy the same power. When he saw Bryant walking to the locker room, he felt like this was his chance. When Bryant refused, it upset Williams and sparked the famous rivalry between the two. One of the biggest threats to a veteran football player's job is a fresh rookie coming in at their position. This was probably the kindling for the fire that eventually erupted between Williams and Bryant. People like Williams couldn't help but worry about their job security when rookies like Bryant entered the building. The hype around Bryant was huge. His college years got his name out there, and every team in the NFL was looking at him. He got picked up by the Dallas Cowboys in the first round of the 2010 NFL Draft. Bryant was the second wide receiver to be picked up, right after Demaryius Thomas, who went on to have a fantastic career with the Denver Broncos. The hype train didn't stop there, however, as Bryant wanted the famous number 88 jersey. This jersey, worn by legends like Drew Pearson and Michael Irvin, settled nicely on Bryant's back and was another reason he made the veterans nervous. The rookie had everything behind him. He was the next big thing in the NFL, and he knew it. He wasn't about to let the hazing traditions get the best of him, and he wasn't about to stoop to the level of undrafted players and practice squad rookies. As with any team sport, the proximity to one another for long and grueling periods makes you more like a family than a team. Even if you don't get along, your teammates, your family, will always be there. But with every family comes tradition. The Dallas Cowboys were firm believers in tradition. Since the 80s, they've held an offensive team dinner every year, and the rookies have always paid the bill. Nobody ever reported a problem with it until Dez Bryant. That year in particular, the veterans were fired up about Bryant's refusal to partake in any of their traditions. They saw him as a disrespectful youth that needed to be taught a lesson, and the dinner was going to be their classroom. In the issue of fairness, the check would be divided up among the different tiers of rookies. The undrafted free agents paid a smaller flat fee, and the draft picks paid a prorated amount based on where they were drafted. Dez Bryant, the Cowboys' #1 draft pick, had to pay for the rest. The salary of an NFL rookie can vary widely between different players and teams. A few varying factors determine the number itself. Players drafted high can make a few $1,000,000 with incentives layered into their contract. Bryant was a well-paid athlete during his rookie year, with a guaranteed salary of $8.3 million, with a chance at earning $11 million based on performance. While he wasn't poor, other rookies that same year outshined him in the salary department. Demaryius Thomas, the receiver drafted before Bryant, signed a $12 million deal and went on to sign a $70 million contract with the Broncos. He had incredible NFL Combine numbers, which played a significant role in getting such a good salary. However, even his deals seemed like chump change compared to the first overall pick, Sam Bradford, who signed a $50 million guaranteed contract with the then St. Louis Rams. Even though Bryant was a sought-after wide receiver and very well paid, he didn't have the same purchasing power as other rookies around the league. As you can tell, the Dallas Cowboys were all about tradition. They held the rookie dinner at the same restaurant every year, Papa's Steakhouse in Dallas. Unlike most of these dinners, they had a specific plan in mind. They decided as a team that they would make a concerted effort to order all of the most expensive things on the menu. Williams himself was quoted earlier in the year when asked about his rivalry with Bryant. The veteran said, "We talked about it. Dez wants to concentrate on football. we're going to let him concentrate on football," Williams said. "But when we go out to eat, I'm going to be a little bit more hungry and a little bit more thirsty." This was an ominous foreshadowing of the problems to come. On the night of the dinner, the team's plan was in full swing. They were buying multiple Kobe beef steaks at $90 apiece, and this was after their lobster tail appetizers. During an interview about the situation, wide receiver Jesse Holley said, "I wasn't a rookie anymore, so I knew I didn't have to pay for it." It seems like everyone agreed with the gluttony on display. Everyone except the rookies, that is. The night was so epic that people started spinning legends from it. Jesse Holley said that expensive drinks were being poured into plants. However, the general manager, Rick Turner, denied this, claiming that there were no plants in their private room. The team's meal racked up one of the most expensive bills Papa's has ever seen. However, the real damage came from the drink menu. The players ordered the most expensive drinks the restaurant had to offer. Drinks like Cristal, high-tier scotches, and one of the most expensive cognacs in the world arrived at the table. The heaviest hitter came out on a platter carried by a server wearing pristine white gloves. The liquor bottle placed before the Dallas Cowboys offensive line contained Louis XIII rare cask. This liquor is so rare and prestigious that the team had to hear a story about it before having some. The real story should have been about how much it cost. At $1,700 a shot, every drop of this liquor was like liquid gold. The Cowboys server measured each drop to make sure not a single one went to waste. The intense price of these shots rolled perfectly into the plan for the night's festivities, and the team immediately began to order shot after shot. Roy Williams even claimed that he was just taking sips before dumping the shots in a glass of water. The team spent $25,000 on the precious liquor before the night was over. The team's antics had racked up a hefty $54,896 bill with the rookie wide receiver's name on it. When third-string quarterback Stephen McGee was asked about the moment the bill came, he said, "I don't really remember him flinching. If that would have been me, I would have crapped my pants. I don't think he blinked an eye." Anybody asked about Bryant's composure that night said that he seemed like none of it was bothering him. He showed up a little late to the party and saw everyone living it up on his tab, but he just ordered a shot of Louis and joined in. This level of calm could be due to the numerous veterans that stepped in to help him pay the astronomical bill. It might also have something to do with another Cowboys legend. It's said that the owner of the Cowboys themselves, Jerry Jones, stepped in to pay the rest of the bill. As the story got out, the public picked up on the Bryant-Williams feud all over again. They asked questions from both sides to see what happened behind the scenes, but the topic was moot. The very next year, the Dallas Cowboys let Roy Williams go, and Dez went on to have a Hall of Fame career. Years later, when asked about it in an interview, it was clear that Williams still thought about that night. He still believes that Bryant should have carried his pads. Williams also spoke of the rumor of Jerry Jones paying the bill. He said, "I don't think he's the one that paid for it, but I know one person that didn't pay for it. And that was me." In 2011, Jason Garrett was named as the new head coach of the Cowboys. His first order of business was to let his team and the press know that he would not be tolerating any form of hazing towards his rookies. He didn't want anything like what happened to Bryant to happen again. He believed it was counterproductive to having rookies not feeling like a part of the team. The tradition of hazing rookies with an exorbitant restaurant bill has become commonplace. Just as another example, in 2016, the Houston Texans held their dinner at Papa's Steakhouse too. Then rookie KJ Dillon got stuck with a $16,255 bill. But just like the rookies from other teams, he honored the tradition and paid the tab. While the 2010 rookie dinner may have been controversial, it didn't mean that the rookie dinner was over. The tradition continued to live on, and in 2016, the Dallas Cowboys once again racked up a huge bill, roughly $55,000. However, there was no controversy as rookies Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott honored the tradition and paid. Still bitter from his experience with his own rookie dinner, Dez said, quote, "As far as I know, lots of the guys just paid for themselves." Click to watch one of these next videos.